Whoops, sorry about that rough start. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Kinneas here, another noob flights. And I don't even want to begin to tell you how embarrassed I am. But I just said I didn't want to tell you, but I just did. So maybe I want to tell you. So I did a tour from here up to Denver, and I don't even want to tell you. It's just so humiliating. Let's get off the ground. We're facing south from Colorado Springs, and we are going to travel around and look at things and make our way towards Denver. We're going to check out the Air Force Academy, Centennial, then head downtown Denver Sports Authority Stadium. We are in a Cessna Skyhawk. Yeah, one of those going off the road. I've turned things up as high as I can. I could probably even go a little bit higher resolution-wise. I've tried to make this as beautiful as possible. I've increased the resolution to 1080 and then upped the graphics in some cases to ultra on buildings. And this is pretty much as far as I can push before things start slowing down. I'm not going to be following flight rules entirely for this at all. Really? Colorado Springs Airport is looking really good.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha, continue for north departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Sounds good, bro. So, let me engage the autopilot. So we can look around. It's on nav, alt. Let's see what he does there. Yeah. Maybe I should raise the alt a little bit.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha, please acknowledge.
What do you want, man? I'm trying to show people. Stuff.
Colorado Springs Tower, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha, continue for north departure.
Yeah, we should probably raise our altitude here. 7, 7, 4, 7, 5, 8. Yeah. See if flight change works. Yeah, it's taking us up. And it's trying to get us over here onto our vector, Victor. Leaving me hands off to, again, get the drone camera. Should really set this up. It's a lot of fun. You can really do a lot of cool exploring and looking around with this thing. And when I mean exploring, I mean you can get down to the ground. Colorado Springs Airport looks fantastic. So this is our little drone buddy. Look at how good this looks. Got to zoom on this thing. Hang on to your stomachs. Well, hey. Ooh, hey. I'm not doing this in VR. I'd probably getting a little bit ill. I think this might be Airport Road. Can't be 100% sure. Look how beautiful the Front Range looks. Look at Cheyenne Mountain over there. They're just missing the towers, but look at the scarring on the side of the mountain. Is that not Cheyenne Mountain, folks? NORAD's over there. Broadmoor. See, these buildings, it doesn't do a really, really good job unless you're kind of right over the top of them. It does.
Technical Sierra Alpha, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Okay. Hey, you probably made out with a girl on the top of this hill once. Kind of in the
500.
north part of town. Suburbs, I think, right? $500. That's what I mean by it looking.
Sierra Alpha, acknowledge last transmission.
Okay, man.
Colorado Springs Tower, Cessna Alpha, Sierra X-ray.
Okay, so looking down on
Alpha,
things.
frequency change.
Look at how clean it looks. Let's zoom in a little bit. It's probably your house. I know you made out with a girl on one of these hills. It's a lot of hills. Doesn't Pikes Peak look beautiful? Well, maybe not when we zoom in. Again, the closer you are, that's how it does level of detail. So if you want to really, really see it, you got to be right up on it. You want to see it in all of its glory. It looks, it's doing the best it can for back here. So you're thinking, that looks crappy. But again, if you are looking right here, as we fly right over the top of it, every street, every house. My uncle lives around here. Hey, Uncle Rick, how are you? Heading towards the north end of town. Let's see, we're coming up maybe like Chapel Hills Mall area. Is that Woodman? Did you see that bus drive over the top there? Yeah, I think this is Academy. Yep, Chapel Hills Mall area. Let me zoom out. Let me pause. Can you pause? Okay. So, hey, Tim Cruzy. This guy I used to hang out with. We used to go to the mall all the time. The malls used to be a big deal back in the 80s. If you watch Stranger Things, you'll know what I'm talking about. So, the Chapel Hills Mall. It's not perfect. The closer you zoom in again, it starts breaking down. But for the most part, it's there. It's there. Played a lot of video games there. Zoom back out. So, this is the north end of Colorado Springs, where it catches I-25 right up ahead. So there's where I-25 goes round Colorado Springs that way. Okay. I wish it would get rid of these messages more easy. You have to kind of wait for them to go away. giant solar array that they put up over here on the north end of town. This is the Air Force Academy. Airport or landing, you know, their testing training facility. I hope the autopilot takes us over to the stadium. If not, I'll disengage the autopilot and go look. Yeah, he's gonna turn us. So let me disengage the autopilot for a minute. Bung. Alright. And let's fly over here. That should be it up ahead. I think you're going to be impressed. You're going to be terribly impressed. Aren't you impressed by this already? It's just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. If you have a better system, it will probably look better. Definitely zip around faster. I've got everything kind of set to 30 frames per second to, you know, try to keep it looking good, as well as, you know, keeping it running okay. How many always wanted to do a flyover? Falcon Stadium. Okay, pause it right there. Drop the drone. Whoa, hey, we're in the ground. I know that there's a depth of field setting, but I don't really want to mess with that right now. Look at how clean the graphics are. You know, it breaks down, but I mean, come on. You know, other than me right now, who's going to take the time to do this? You know, to really just enjoy it and look at the scenery. Look, you can read the text on the seating. Fisher Bear's in there somewhere. Okay, now we want to make our way that way, and the chapel is over there. Yeah, you're starting to make it out right there. Oops. Touchy, touchy. Touchy, touchy. It's over there. Okay, so let's get back in our plane and let's go over there. All right. Air Force Academy Golf Course. Microsoft, please redo Microsoft Golf, and please allow it to be incorporated right into Microsoft Flight Simulator. So when you land, you can choose, hey, where do you want to go in Colorado Springs? And one of the places you can pick is all the different golf courses in Colorado Springs or anywhere in the world. Come on, Microsoft, please. Ground adventures would be wonderful. Once you hit taxi and parking, you could pull up, you know, like list of activities to do in the area that you're at, things to look at and explore, go play golf, go get a Starbucks. Heck, check out the souvenir shops at certain airports, buy virtual stuff to hang in your plane, or buy real stuff. I mean, come on, sky's the limit. There's 700 partners right now making stuff for this. Why can't somebody make some of that? All right, let's drop our drone. take a look around. That chapel's gonna be right. It's right below us, or yeah, it's right below us. Let me scoot over here. Isn't that the planetarium down there? They love their athletics over here by Gumbo. They got like, look at all these. Looks like they got solar panels up on the roof. How green. There it is. It was right there over it. Look at that. That almost looks like a little F-22. A little. Looks like it's definitely a jet down there on the field, and there's another one. Not bad, huh? Oops. Forgive me. Noob on the drone controls. But you got to get the drone set up. You've got to play around with this. This is so much fun for exploring. When they say you can find your house, they're not kidding. And the better your city is mapped with Bing, aerial and ground photos, the better it will be. So just look what they've done with just this little tiny slice of Colorado so far, and how well it's done. They're doing this to the whole world. There's a lot to explore out there. Alright, let's get back to our plane. And we're going to re-engage the autopilot and have it take over for a bit. Try not to kill us. We need some altitude, like now. Yeah.
500.
Trying to climb us out of here, ma'am.
500.
Ma'am, Garmin. Garmin, ma'am. So hopefully that'll keep taking us up to 9,000 feet, and we should be good. Okay. Heading back out towards I-25. Well, crossing over I-25. We should really follow it north. Let's do. See if I can actually follow I-25 this time properly. This should be Monument and then Monument Hill ahead of us. I want to say Monument Lake, but it's probably not the right.
500.
Now these days, a lot more traffic. I could probably set more traffic to simulate what it's really like. I don't have the terrain mapped to ultra. I mean, it can do better with terrain mapping. So again, if you have a really good machine, you can do a lot better with the terrain mapping. Here we're going up Monument Hill. Always fun in the wintertime, isn't it? Remember the old campground, the Yogi Bear campgrounds up ahead? So a lot of the buildings aren't 100% perfect, and some stuff is just auto-gen. But, you know, they've been mapping in the big cities. It's good. Like what you saw with the Air Force Academy and the north end of Colorado Springs. Whoa. We've got to climb. Isn't there a nice, lovely golf course back there somewhere? Right over here. A nice residential area. I thought there was a golf course. Okay, so doing pretty good. Coming up over Monument Hill. Always fun. Yeah, that's that trailer park right there. I was telling the story in another video that I had a bad mistake in, and I ended up deleting it. And it was how when my dad was learning to fly, and I was about the time my dad was learning to fly and I was hanging out with him, he was also doing a lot of driving back and forth between Colorado Springs and Denver. And back then, there wasn't a whole lot of traffic on a Sunday, or at any time really, between where we're coming from and where we're going. And right around here, I used to daydream a lot, looking out how beautiful this stuff was as we would travel this long curvy stretch over Monument Hill. Anyway, my dad gets pulled over for speeding, and my dad is just like, how did you even know? And the cop says, oh, the guy in the air. My dad goes, oh, I thought so. They were just introducing radar in airplanes at that time. So Dad was laughing, you know. Everybody had a good laugh about things back then. So him and the cop both laughed. And, but yeah, right around here. And then Dad started learning how to fly. And we started doing jaunts between here, and we ended up moving to Rock Springs, Wyoming. Green River, Wyoming, actually. He worked in Rock Springs. Or around there. And doing a lot of flying back and forth with him. And that was a lot of fun. And then in the 80s, he sold his plane to a guy, a playboy, who was into hot chicks and cocaine. And that guy crashed himself into Pikes Peak. Now the traffic's starting to look a little bit more like going to Denver. A constant stream these days. They have a lovely train that used to run, might still run. Right over here, is that the train tracks? Love it if Dovetail were to put, the train sim stuff in it so the trains run. At night, the train around here was spooky, seeing the big light. That's kind of Monkey Hill. We used to call that Monkey Hill in front of us, and if you look at it a certain way from the side, it looks like a monkey's face. The big curve coming towards Larkspur, where the Renaissance Festival is at. I'll bet they have the Renaissance Festival structures right over there. Yeah, let's go look. Maybe, maybe not. You never know. Right? But you take that road, and then you get off the highway, and you end up coming back this way. Somewhere in here. Excuse me. Yeah, somewhere in here is Renfest. Maybe there, maybe that's the parking and there's Renfest in there. I'll bet you that's it right there. I'll look over there and then head back towards I-25. Coming up on one of my favorite places in the whole world, Castle Rock. This video is going to be dedicated to... We're going to end up spending a little bit of time looking around Castle Rock and see how it looks. Dedicating this video to Douglas County High School class of 1987. We were Stranger Things. We were always playing Dungeons and Dragons. We are Stranger Things. Okay, so we didn't have any, like, totally, otherworldly, what do they call that? The underworld, dark place, whatever. We didn't have any of those unless you can't go into Shambhala or Colfax. But other than that, we were the Stranger Things generation. And we always lived so far, living in Castle Rock before any of us could drive. There wasn't much to do other than play D&D or go get in trouble, So here's the long stretch into Castle Rock. We have an old house on just off the Frontage road. So we're over I-25, and this little road here that we're over, this is the Castle Rock Frontage Road. There's one on either side of the highway that the bus system take us back and forth. It sucked taking the bus from school because we would have to travel down that other side, drop off all those kids that lived over there, and then go all the way back around, and then come all the way this way, and they wouldn't let us just run across the highway. Of course not. I mean, they kind of thought about it because it was still the 80s, and we could do a lot of weird things. No, can't let you run across the highway. I don't think it's that bumpy right there. But, like I said, I don't have the terrain mapping at Uber. Back there used to be nothing there other than like Julie's place. Hey, Julie, in Plum Creek. Her dad pretty much helped build Plum Creek, and there was just the first string of condos going up. But now look at Plum Creek over there, just filling up everything. Castle Rock at one point was the fastest growing city in the United States, and it's no wonder. So yeah, our house was just like right back there. We had 11 acres off the frontage road. We should have never sold that. We would be uber millionaires right now. Big mistake, Dad. Big mistake. But hey, no regrets. Past is the past. Okay, so this is where you basically... You could, in the old days, turn off. Now I think they made the interchange up here. But let me pause. And we'll get our drone out. There's the old Safeway out in front of us. Okay. So that's where you can get on and off now, which is kind of confusing. There's Walmart. well, what should be Walmart. Let's go in here. It's built up so much, it's crazy. So this is the Walmart shopping center, original shopping center area. I think there was a library over here at one point. Now there's just so much stuff. I don't know what most of this stuff is. Oh, good job of doing the Walmart. There's 7-Eleven over here. So, but I know I used to work at a corner 7-Eleven. So the AutoGen's not doing it perfect. They need to send Bing back into Castle Rock. The fairgrounds are over here. Let's see. So this would be Main Street, right? So these buildings are all wrong size and shape. My mom used to have a nail salon right down in there, so none of these buildings are right. The streets are right. All the streets are in the right place, but the buildings aren't right. Let's go over here. We're going to go towards Ash Ave in the Samard residence. Gilbreth used to live over this way. Everybody used to live over this way. Let's see if I can find Ash Ave. Do. I know you made out with a girl over there. I know I made out with a girl down there. Okay, so Plum Creek went around there and then comes this way. Wow, it's crazy. The hell's Ash Ave? I want to say that's it, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I think we're coming up on it. I think that might be it right there, but I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't really look like it. But we're close. It didn't curve around, and it wasn't that far. And there's Castle Rock right in front of us. They're missing the star. Either way, pretty neat. Craig used to live back there. And let's hop back in our school and we'll head over towards the high school. Hop back in our school. Hop back in our plane. I've been recording videos all day. I am entirely loopy. North end of Castle Rock, none of the signs are right, none of the buildings are right. The McDonald's, the Village Inn, all that is missing. It's that way. The cemetery's that way. Craig's that way. Okay, the high school. This is high school area. Kinda right, building-wise. Let's pause again. Kick our drone out. Oh, we're still way back here. It left us. No, it didn't. There we go. I think. Okay. So now I'm lost again. Is this the Douglas County High School down there? see. There's the north end of town. Yeah, I think this is it. There's the old football field. That is it. This is Douglas County down there. Douglas County High School. The Huskies. Holy moly, that's not too bad. That looks pretty good. Skipped a lot of school. Very nice. Okay. Back to the plan. Yeah, so that's it. That is Douglas. So I'm right over the football field right there. Not perfect, not perfect. But it'll get better. It's going to get better and better and better and better. And they're promising... They're saying right now something like every year they'll update the Bing maps. So the more, the more that they gather, the better it's going to be. And then there's 700 partners working with Microsoft right now to deliver, I'm sure, better areas. They're doing better airports, better landmarks, and are going to make those available for sale. All of this wasn't here when we were growing up, and it's all taken off now on this the north end of Castle Rock, the outlet malls, and all this huge subdivision over here. But again, you may remember when there was nothing here. Just the Swedish Medical Center up on the side of the hill over there. And the small little neighborhood. Christine's dad still lives down there, but I know a couple of you used to live down there. Good times. Good times. Some people that lived over the hill. Jill Lowen. Liz Harmon. Remember Liz Harmon? No, you don't. She lives over here. Lived over there, over here. Driving this darn road when we first learning to drive. Always wanting to go to Denver. Go to the malls, go downtown, go to the comic book stores. Just wanting to get away. It was such small town living back then. This feels pretty right. Trees seem a little bit tall. They're still working on trees and have a lot to do with a lot of work on the trees. But not bad, huh? The Happy Canyon area or Hidden Valley Ranch dressing area. Now they have big golf up here. Castle Pines? Something like that. Castle Pines Golf. I think Elway has a house over here off the golf course somewhere. Growing up for the longest time, I never knew that was there because you're at such elevations on the highway that you really don't even see that body of water over there. That's not very far from where we were. Could have done probably some good fishing. All right, so let's get back towards the highway. But sure enough, our mountains look beautiful, don't they? They did a good job. They did a damn good job. It's already got Centennial flagged up ahead. The curve before the wonder. Your first glimpse of Denver. You start coming around these curves. Again, there was nothing out here at one point. They had a little Mexican restaurant up ahead, off to the side of the road where all the Denver Broncos used to go and eat. It was fantastic. want to say Lincoln Road. So they did have a couple of these office buildings and structures out here directly ahead. But when you first rounded this corner, there was like a Outfitters right there. There was nothing this way. Just a few housing subdivisions. They pretty much tore them all down to put in all this stuff over here. Let's pause, because again, this was, when you would come over that hill and finally see Denver, it was just such a wonder as a kid. Denver, it's so big. It's like seeing New York City when, something spectacular. Centennial, let me zoom out. Get us back over towards the highway. So finally seeing a big city coming up ahead was fantastic. None of this mall, the Park Meadows Mall. Whoa. This used to be my old friend's neighborhood. Maybe some of the neighborhoods are still there, like that one's there. I think Kevin Braden lived over there. But I think they destroyed a lot, some of these homes and subdivisions to put in all this stuff. Okay, back to the plane. So yeah, sprawling buildings. Yeehaw. Hey Vince, you remember getting pulled over around here somewhere? I was getting hassled by the man. Let's take a quick flyover to Centennial and come back. These are all toll roads now. There's your mountains, folks. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And they've got the color just right. And the different times of the day, is that IKEA over there? Different times of the day, it all looks beautiful. The lighting is extraordinary. Yeah, there's IKEA. Christine loves doing the. Let's make a day trip going up to Denver again and go to IKEA and get some meatballs. Then going to Comedy Works, going to get some sushi. Usually make a day and night of it. Going to Comedy Works downtown is fantastic. So much better job of mapping big places like Denver. I mean, all these buildings you're going to see as we move through here are a lot better like this one right up ahead here, off of Orchard, right? Orchard and Bellevue. Remember Shepler's? Shepler's used to be over here. They don't have the big the windmill restaurant over here, but that's right. What is it now? Like a Landry's or something? They have like all you can eat crab legs, but then they boil them. They don't steam them, and it's just ugh. It's so expensive. These buildings look right. This all feels like Denver except for a little bit of the overgrowth. Can't remember the name of all the streets up here. I think this is supposed to be like the big movie theater. There was a big awesome movie theater up ahead. I want to say the Centennial on Hampton. This is to turn to 225. Yeah, let's make a quick little jog over 225 and we'll swing right back. So 225, Cherry Creek's up ahead. Take this way. Isn't that the Cherry Creek Reservoir right there? I think we took some boats out there. Took the girls out there. Julie, you and I were there. So yeah, Cherry Creek's out that way. Had to go to advanced vocational school out there in the afternoon and evenings. Heading back towards I-25. We're going to head downtown towards the Denver Broncos Stadium. They're calling it Sports Authority now. I don't really follow football anymore, much anymore. I followed it most of my life, and then once Elway won, I was done too. He retired, I kind of retired. It's like, oh man, that was enough. So I definitely spend a lot more time doing other things now. Don't follow sports so much. But I have gone to a couple of games there, and whenever invited and stuff. And that's always nice. But the traffic is just insane. It's just, it's still worth it, but my gosh. So I might start slowing down a little bit. Again, this is only a medium-end computer, pushing the best graphics I can to give you the best experience without bogging this machine down. But we are heading into very dense territory. I think we're coming up on Colorado Boulevard. Take it to the right to get to the zoo and the IMAX and the planetarium. Remember the laser light shows? I think that's Colorado right there. 29-cent hamburger stand, all that way. They still haven't worked out, things like this, creating perfect little holes and under the bridges. Don't we have a giant Gates Rubber Company over here somewhere? We're missing that strange yellow statue tower around here. Gates is right around this corner. Yeah, there's that large yellow. It's like a Jenga block set or something. Used to seeing that around here. Whoa. Many a fond trip up this road with my buddy Mike, who went to school downtown at the Auraria campus university. There's that yellow structure right there. That's what I'm talking about. That, yeah, check it out. Oh, hey, wrong button. Oh, crap. Hit the speed up button. Where's our drone? Well, you saw it, didn't you? I saw it. The hell are we? Well, you saw it. I saw it. I don't have a drone reset. So it's there. Darn seats. So I can't see out the back window. I know it's there. Catch it some other time. The Broncos are more important, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, you know what? Oh, it's set to... That's the key that I hit. Yeah. I hit a speed up key, and it sped the simulation rate way high. Oh, that music sounds so tragic. Oh, it is tragic. It's okay. We can spawn right next to Denver. I believe. The flight planning and adding in waypoints isn't working as it should. You're supposed to be able to click any point on the map and get an add button, and it's not doing it. I'm not having any luck. And it's only allowing me to add points that are on the map, like Centennial, the Air Force Academy, whatnot. So, and when you zoom into the map, they need to give you a much better map. Because I couldn't just plan the autopilot route up I-25 and have it follow I-25 all the way to Sports Authority, and then, plan it to fly around Coors Field and get it all put into the autopilot. There's just not enough detail, and they need to give us much better detail in the world map. Come on, Microsoft. Let's get this. Let's get back there.
Colorado Springs Tower, Cessna Alpha, Sierra, X-Ray Golf, Sierra. If you're tired of this, you can go if you'd like. It won't hurt my feelings. If you want to stick around, we'll get to Denver. We'll look at Sports Authority. We'll look at Elitch Gardens. We'll head over to Coors, and then we'll hit DIA and do a landing there and call it a day. So what I mean by what I was saying earlier, there's DIA, is you're supposed to be able to just pick any point on the map and click and hold, and there now that's kind of working. We don't want that. I'm not sure that's Denver. Yeah, that is. Duh. Okay, so Denver. So let's put ourselves right there. So that kind of worked, but it wasn't working earlier trying to do flight planning once I had already picked KCOs to KDEN and then was trying to add waypoints in between, was not behaving. Oh, I can't wait for Christine to wake up and make coffee. And that's not because, oh, what? You sexist? The woman makes the coffee? No. It's just that she hates the way that I make coffee. I end up putting too much water. She's like Dr. Science when it comes to coffee. If you put one more drop of water in, then you're supposed to put, for the amount of coffee grounds, she hates it and goes ballistic. And, you know, I grew up with just crap tasting coffee, so I don't really know the difference. I just know that it's coffee. So I don't. I stay out of her way. If it's the middle of the night and I just want a cup, I'll make a cup or two. But for the most part, waiting around for Christine to wake up in the morning to make that first pot of coffee. And also so I don't waste so much. But, she makes a hell of a good cup of coffee. So that'll be pretty soon. I'm looking forward to that. I've been up all day yesterday and all night recording videos, getting all the flight lessons done, and getting things like this done. And I had some thoughts on advertising and some how-to videos, like with manual caching. And it's been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying knocking out little videos for this. Can't wait to show you more and more and more and more. If there's anything that you want to see, any place you want me to go to, leave a comment. If there's you have your own site and you're making your own videos, please link me to them. I'd be happy to watch. Thank you to all the people that have made flight sim videos, training videos over the years. Wow, and it's using the time of day. It changed the time of day on us. Sports Authority. Is it behind me again? Let me get lower. It's probably right below us. Turn this bird over. Why don't kill us now, Tony? Isn't that the most horrible sound? It should be. Because you're gonna die. The hell am I? Okay. This should be right in front of us. How do you miss a stadium? Look at the lighting. Yeah, it's fantastic. They don't have all the lights at the right height sometimes. But, when you're looking from above, you don't really care so much. It's just when you come down here, you start really paying uber attention to how everything looks. They will continue to fix it over time. Yeah, and I'm starting to really get a little bit laggy at night here with all the lights. No, I think we're there. That's it right there. Okay, let's try to hit the right button this time. Okay. Pause. Thank you. Let's go up here and see if we can change it back to daytime. That's weather, but it should still give us time of day, right? Yes.
That simple. And there it is. Let's jump out with our drone. Aha! Yes. I don't know that we'll be able to see the statue of Pat Bowen, but hey, look at this. Maybe if I had the terrain mapping up, it'd even be a little bit better. But that's the best this video card can do right at the moment. But you can read that pretty clear. There's the Broncos logo. I know some of you have been here a lot. Yeah, and this is where the statues would be down here. All right. Elitch Gardens across the way. Over there. There's the roller coaster. There's that weird, like, record tower hotel right next to the stadium here. I heard it used to be pretty ritzy. Now it's just taken over by all the gangster rap artists. I heard it's seen better days. Oh shit. They have some interesting statues out here in the parking lot area. I don't know that we'll be able to see them, but there's little things indicating that there's stuff there. There's a big lump of something down there indicating, hey, I'm a statue. How many of you had to take the walk where you get the parking way out here off one of these side streets and it's still $50? You know, I used to remember getting outraged back in the day. $5 for parking? Are you crazy? $50. Nobody can afford to go anymore. You know, the hospitality in the last decade or two or three, it's out the window. You know, Coors used to do rock pile tickets, you know, so you could at least, you know, catch a game, grab a hot dog, and you just can't do any of that anymore. Now it's $15 for everything. $15 for a freaking drink and a hot dog. And that looks more like a soccer field. But here we are. Yeah, and across the way, remember McNichols Arena? That's supposed to be our horse up there, I think. This used to be a different stadium altogether, but McNichols was right across the way. All right, so over to Elitch Gardens. If we had all day, we could just do everything by drone. Just do the whole flying around. I want to say Platte. The Platte River. I didn't pay that much attention in school. I remember when Elitch Gardens used to be in a different location. I thought it was much more beautiful. It was charming, especially at night. Just so charming. Yeah, it's not perfect, but darn, it's there. They call it a theme park. No, it's not an amusement park anymore. It's a theme park. Whatever you want to call it. Those of you that know your Denver like the back of your hand. I don't know Denver like the back of my hand. But it's all here, man. I'm just gonna keep going because Coors Field is just right over here. I want to say that's I'm probably wrong. The Pepsi Center or something. I don't know what that building is, but I think the Auraria campus was over here. University of Colorado at Denver. I just remember going this way to get to Colfax because they had Mile High Comics in that mess jungle down there. And finding Comedy Works might be a little bit tough. There's one of those buildings that's unmistakable right there in kind of the middle. It's got like the top notch cut out of it and got that interesting curve. We should be coming up on the 16th Street Mall. Thirsties used to be down here, a nightclub. Wow, that's pretty. I've never seen that things from this perspective before. Oh, I think this is the old train station downtown. Yeah, a historic train station. So we're probably passing right above Comedy Works, right in here. Do. Whoa. Wrong way. Whoa. Okay, right ahead. Coors Field. Come on. Oh, and I've reached, after doing all that, I reached the limit of our drone, but no, there it goes again. It wasn't engaging there for a second. Still going, though. Blake Street. I think that's what this is. Okay. Some nice statues down there. That end. I wonder why the Broncos field looked like a soccer field. Yeah, I guess they got those pictures of it when during off season or something. Oh, you can make out Rockies. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. The Denver Post, Toyota ad, Coca-Cola, King Supers, Coors. See advertisers. Look at how good you actually can be seen if you increase your signage size a little bit. Look at how well you're reading in Microsoft Flight Simulator. What a good job at Tundra. So people with a little bit bigger signage, see, they lost out. Their sign is too small. That sign too small. But anybody that's just a little bit bigger, reading so well. I know you can't hear it, but Fort Carson isn't too far from here, and they're all waking up right now. I can hear the trumpet. Reveille, is that what they call it? This is always interesting. I noticed this in a photograph, an aerial photograph of Coors Field, that the top of this building is missing, but you can still see in it and see the windows and looking at the outside. And I noticed, and I saw it in a photograph, and they've got it here too, where all this part of the building is gone. Everything looks post-apocalyptic right now in this. All right, so that's what we really wanted to see, and now we are going to, I guess we can head over to Colfax real quick. We might as well. Downtown. And then we'll hit DIA and call it a day, do a landing. There's nice signage. I don't know what this is. Volunteers of America, some holding hands. The Capitol building should be around here. Little American flag. Do 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 do. They have our Capitol building all hidden in here. That's nice. Oh, that's so posh. Never seen that. These people got it nice. That's nice. Do 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 do. Yeah, we're definitely getting close to Comedy Works. That's like a theater building now. Which way? I want to say they're that way, but like on this corner over here. But I know that when we were walking around 16th Street Mall, there's US Bank. They light that up nice at that theater building anyway at night. CenturyLink. So anybody that's got a decent sized sign, just you're represented well in this historic release. And it really is. Oh, look at the Shane Company. Hey, Tom Shane. Oh, Tom Shane. Hey, I'm Tom Shane. If you know the commercials, you know what I'm talking about. Hi, I'm Tom Shane. I'll be darned. That's great. That made this whole trip just a whole lot of fun for me. What the hell is our Capitol building? What should I get for not knowing it better? Forever 21, what is that? I don't know. I don't know. That's a big ass building, whatever that is. Okay, so we've missed it. Let's spin back around. Maybe we get up a little higher. I can spot the dome. We've got a gold dome on the thing. Is that it right there ahead of us? I think it is. I just remember the stories of like it's illegal to panhandle or not panhandle. When you are panning for gold, it's illegal to pan for gold because they used to cover the roof with flaked gold. And when it would rain or hail and it beat the gold off, whoa, that came out wrong. It would knock the gold off, and it would run down into the drains, and so all the people would be in the gutters mining for gold. Oh my God. People are beating the gold off. Oh my God. Man, that's a winner. I remember being in that thing. In like high school, we took a trip. That's a beautiful church there. Okay. That looks like crap. They were remodeling it or something at the time. It's all wrapped in plastic. They're beating the gold off. Okay, so there you have it. That's Denver. Back to our plane. Get the throttle going so it don't fall out of the sky. Make sure we're going the right direction. No, careful. When you let that pause go, unexpected things can happen. So we're just going to head over to Denver International Airport. As part of the Premium Deluxe package, it includes a detailed Denver International Airport. They still want people to be able to make money, so some things they're not going to put in ultra detail again, unless somebody wants to make a buck, like doing stadiums or doing monuments or landmarks. Certain bridges, somebody said the Sydney Opera House might not be in there because somebody's working on it, creating a detailed one, and they want you to shell out $20 for it. So you can live with all this looking the way it is, which to me is flipping fantastic. I was going to end up spending this kind of highfalutin money on this anyway, because I was going to get Denver International Airport anyway. And that's probably the only one that I really, really, really want to get. But they're going to be making all kinds of stuff. This video is going to take forever to upload. It's huge. I have one of those original director's accounts for being on YouTube so long that and I'm still in relative good standing, so I can make videos of any length really. So there were some perks, and then I got into a couple copyright disagreements early on and was barred from monetizing for the next 13 years. I've just only recently had my monetization turned back on. That's gorgeous. Industrial stuff is still so cool looking. Looks like a giant wastewater treatment plant plus coal plant right next to each other. This all looks like wastewater treatment plant. Stuff you don't see much out here in Denver unless you live next to it. Okay, DIA. Yeah, I hear ya. Yeah, I hear ya. Wow, it's very nice the way they've got those landscaped. Lovely, lovely. And then, do you remember Stapleton? That was nice. Stapleton used to be right downtown pretty much. And it was always fun going to the airport. TIA is so far out here, and it's so spooky now with all that Masonic stuff. The
hell is it? Is that it out there? Probably. They put it really far out and then put all the toll roads. So they get you, man. Coming and going. You're going to pay the tolls. Again, looking back on our mountains, they're perfect. This is home. Perfect. Yeah, it's coming up. And it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and sprawling. It will probably extend out here soon, all the way, and end up surrounding this eventually. Then they'll move this further out east. Yeah, hang on, man. I'm almost done. I got a cat down here. He wants to go out. I'm almost done, man. I'm almost done. I just need to show him Denver International Airport and land. And we're done. This has been a long one, hasn't it? Did you hear that stupid comment I made about the gold? I should probably not be talking to my cat about such things. He might be a little too young to understand what the joke was all about anyway. Well, only about 20 more minutes till Case 1 Andrew's coffee. Okay. Almost done. No, I don't have my airport maps up, so I can't really tell you. It's probably 8 or 9. I don't know. Don't stall on me now. We're almost done. That's a good time. I need to hit that speed button. Should have used this button earlier. Yeehaw! Warp speed, Captain. It's quite fun. Wow, you can slow this thing real. You can really slow the rate down. Oh, that's wonderful. Gives us a chance to really take a good look. Look at all that external parking. Yep. Ooh, don't want to run into the crane. With those neat little peaks up on top of the roof. Yeah. Say hello to the crane operators. That's usually where we park, either out here or in that structure right there. Those lovely little peak roofs, the peaked roofs. Yeah. Yeah, quite the nice airport. You know, it's spooky. All that stuff they say about it, it's all there. It's creepy. I've heard they've been removing a lot of the creepy murals. Thank goodness. The place is creepy. A lot of the tiles, I mean, there's crap everywhere. You just got to keep looking. And the more you look, the creepier it gets. There's a lot of conspiracy theories revolving around the place. And a lot of it just doesn't make sense. Alright, we're just going to put it down for landing. Grab the flaps here. Yep. Dangerous landings, dangerous maneuver. Isn't that nice? Nice little touchdown. Screwing with time there. Makes things so much easier. If we could only do that in real life. Even slowing time down, there's certain things you can't avoid, like turning too fast. I'm going to put her into the grass. It gives us another lovely look at Denver Airport before we end the episode. Wonder if they got that crazy ass horse out here. The blue horse, the devil horse. Yikes, scary. El Diablo. I guess the statue killed the creator. It fell on him. Killed him. The devil horse. Okay. Thank you for enjoying this little trip from Colorado Springs to Denver and checking out all the cool stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be doing more. I want to do Pueblo. And we'll get up into Aspen.
We'll fly around the mountains. I know my mom's going to want to see, a lot of these Pagosa Springs, some of her favorite places. So I'll get to those. So just look for noob flights, or just look for my playlist folder, and the more I do, I'll just keep throwing all the videos into there. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Kinneas for Noob Flights. Tony Tuthill, but Kinneas sounds better. It's my broadcast name. Long story. And you have a good night. Oh my Lord. Run right into the truck. There goes a wing.